What's up, guys? Today I just wanted to talk about how you can't save anyone, only God can. And what I mean by that was that there was a time where I met this person at my college and we started to hang out more at school. Eventually we started to hit the gym more and more, and I felt like our bond was getting more and more closer, because when you start to hang out with someone that you enjoy hanging out with, it's like eventually the bond starts to get more and more closer, and it's like you guys become a bit more intimate and more vulnerable with one another. That's when my brother started to notice how there'd be times where he'd be thinking deeply about stuff. It looked like something was off. I didn't realize that he was thinking things about his past deeply. When we started to get more and more closer at school, since we used to hang out like 2 times per week, I started to ask him questions about what he was going through, and that's when I started to notice that he was dealing with anxiety and depression. I felt like God led me to plant the seed towards him, especially how he was dealing with stress about finals, and then I led him to a prayer where he decided to give his life to Christ through text. But the thing is that I was trying to be supportive towards him, especially how God has changed my life. Even though I go through struggles every day, it's like God has given me hope, trust in his plans, but also to trust that what he has for me in the future is actually good. The thing is, my brother opened my eyes on how I was trying to help him out, but he wasn't taking the advice that we were giving him. Honestly, it's like when you care about someone deeply and want the best for them, it's like it's a bit difficult to see that they're still struggling, even though you're taking the time of your day to help them out. Now looking back at my journey, it got me thinking how I went through the same process that he's going through right now. It took me a while to be more humble with God, but also be more humble towards my loved ones, especially my brother, who's been trying to help me out this whole time. Through this experience, I just wanted to talk to the people that are trying to help out their family members or friends to get closer to God and to live the life that God wants for them to live. What I would say to those type of people is that plant the seed towards them, but let God work through their lives and pray over them especially. Because when you try to force things to people, they can become resentful, or they might agree on what you say, but eventually they're not going to apply it. You have to remember how much grace God has shown you, especially through the mistakes you made early in your walk with him. So that kind of grace that God has shown you, you have to show towards others as well. I'm not just speaking to you guys, I'm speaking to me too, because I feel like so much times in my life, I just get impatient when I'm trying to give advice to someone and they're like being a bit arrogant, or they're just not listening, you know? So the action steps that I will give you guys is pray to God about it, the situation, surrender the situation that you have with that person, especially how you're trying to support them, and just let God do the rest. I feel like so much times in our lives we try to be the one that saves people, but we have to remember that we're the ones that plant the seeds and God does the rest. He's the one that saves people. And it doesn't mean that you can't like give them advice. It's more like you don't take the burden of what they're going through. It's more like you just allow God to do the rest. And it's kind of funny because it's like when you go through experiences in your life, especially with God, you kind of wish that you didn't go through that, but now looking back, it makes you more stronger and wiser. At the end of the day, it's a process of surrendering to God, but also to see the people that you truly love change for God, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.